we're live. I did it. I got everything in. I got a couple groups shared. I got Instagram going. Bam.
You're on it.
Bam. I'm hyped. I'm hyped because I
don't want to take over the start of the show. I got yelled at last time I did that. So.
No. Well, you got a little crazy out of control. All right. Anyway, everybody ready? It's another Thursday night. It is Thursday Night Barbecue Chat. I'm Steve Crass. I am with It's All About the Barbecue and Grill Department Manager over at Wanamakers in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois. Just a little bit west, but still close enough to call it downtown. And the man sitting next to me, who is back, who I didn't fire last week. He's actually back. He was doing some family fun stuff. It is the chairman of the board, Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer, Mr. Ryan Hoagland.
How are we doing? I missed you, Steve.
No, you didn't, Ryan. You didn't even sign on like normal, like you were like excited.
I was at a restaurant, and it wasn't even a good restaurant at that. It was a stupid Outback. Blech. It's just, I'm not a big Outback fan, for the price of the money and everything like that.
How could you be picking on Outback?
That's just me, though,
Good old Greg's on the old Instagram. Someone trying to be flipping back and forth here between Instagram and
we got it. We got MDF Baker 60 Chic Smoky Griddle Boys is over on Instagram as well too. How we doing? Yeah, guys. I was gone last week. Had a little family event to take care of on Thursday.
Yeah,
and then had a big event on Saturday.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that a different
Big Country. What's up, brother? How we doing? Welcome in.
It was actually fun. The little griddle battle was the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit probably. If not, next week's show is going to be exclusively for the griddle battle. It was a good time. I have to say, it was a fun time. We're going to talk to see if our guest will come up next year and do a little
next week. So griddle battle, all show about the griddle battle. We're going to get into that. But before we get into our show. And this gentleman that's on our show tonight has actually done some of the classes at Wanamakers in the past. So right. You guys are in the area coming up, Texas Style Barbecue Masterclass at Wanamakers on Saturday, September 28th. That's not this Saturday. That's next Saturday. Go check it out. Go to wanamakers.com. I actually have was I making it?
Put the link out there. And if you notice, there is some handsome guy photographed on there. That is Mr. Ryan. He is going to do.
It's me.
We have a little griddle section part of it. That's that little. I think that's the elotes and the Twinkies, which are. I think we've had those before, and those are actually very, very good. So
yeah, I'm gonna drop it here in the chat. So if anybody wants to go check it out, there is a link for the events at Wanamakers. Go check them out there. But I'm going to get this banner off of here. It's a great class. A lot of very informative. Come hungry if you do come. So, anyways.
See you there, says Eric. Eric says see you there.
Yes.
So anyway,
he's coming. Yes.
This gentleman, our guest today, shared with me a while back that there were 2 beautiful new flavors coming out for Loot and Booty Barbecue. So we thought it would be fantastic to have our good friend Sterling Smith come back to the show again. And we're going to talk about these and just what the heck, whatever he's doing in the barbecue world. But here they are. This is, I brought them from the store. There it is. That is the Pirate Pleasure. That is the spiced butter rum. You know what? It is worth the price of admission just to smell this rub. That's all I can tell you. That's just a hint to everybody. It is that good.
Next Saturday, you can smell it before you buy it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to buy a ticket to smell it. And it's a pricey smell, but spicy maple pecan. This one's really good too. And not only does this one really smell really good, it tastes really good too. So you get like a double advantage of it. So Ryan, let's, should we bring our guest on or should we just leave him in the green?
No, we can sit here and talk for a little bit.
We could talk for a little. Let him wake up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's early there in Scottsdale. Smitty's just waking up.
5.
It is. It's go time now, right?
It's go time.
Yeah, right.
Time
Smitty, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. How are you guys? Long time no see.
Great. We're doing great.
I got to see
Ryan. Long time no see. I saw you not too long ago, Steve.
Yeah, I was at he was at the Ace show, so we saw him at
the Ace show. Yes, in Chicago.
It was a good time. What did you do in Chicago while you were there? Because I know you didn't stay in your room. That's not.
Oh, I did. I go, stay in my room. I do some yoga, buy my hot yoga in the hotel room.
Goat yoga. Yeah.
No, I love eating in Chicago every time I go to Chicago. It's good Chicago food. And my buddy Mark Lambert was up there from Sweet Swine of Mine, so we were representing the barbecue spot there. So we cooked a couple things. We did some little pulled pork sliders, and we did some nachos with the El Jefe Grande. It's now available, at Floor Stock or at all Ace Hardwares, and pretty sure do it best and True Value and all those. And grab it as well. But we were doing some cooking and promoting our brands to all the store owners. So we always love doing that. It's a great time, and anytime I can take my product and feed people with it, it's positive.
Yeah, don't forget they're also at Wanamaker's in Downers Grove at 1940 Ogden Avenue.
Absolutely, Wanamaker's as well. It is
the epicenter of grilling and smoking in the western suburbs of Chicago. You will not find a better selection of
100%
all products, not just spices and rubs, all products. Yeah. So anyway, so the story from there is that I stopped by Sterling. I saw him at his little booth. He was in his little cage booth there, and
cage.
He said, dude, he's like, we got pulled pork nachos coming at 1:00. So I went to walk around because I had to go do something to see what else was around because I didn't want to stay there. Dude, I'm not even lying. I was looking wherever I was at. And I was like, oh crap, I got to get back to get the. I got back to that booth. It couldn't have been more than like 110 or 115. I said, Sterling, where's my nachos?
Bro,
gone.
It's crazy. It's like vultures. Once you have food
they were gone. Yeah.
People come out of places I never even thought were possible. Just like grabbing a handle, come out from under the table, grab some nachos, pull it under. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
once you pull food out at the shows, it's
it's like a feeding frenzy.
People love it.
And then I think
set up.
Yeah, I think either you or Lambert, one of the two of you said to sneak over to the B&B booth. I think they had the same thing, so I snuck over there, and I don't know why they had a whole thing full of them. So obviously, B&B just wasn't pushing it like the guys over there at the spot.
Or they, those aisles are full of certain things. Barbecue, obviously, in an area, and charcoal and fuel. So I think kind of that area maybe had more food at the moment, and once that comes out, like I said, it's like everybody just flocks onto it. It's a mess.
Once the booty comes out, the hands
go.
It gets loose when the booty comes out, man. People get free. The hands get free. The hands get free. Yeah.
Why did you think it like that? Jeez,
buddy.
You gotta.
There's nothing wrong with
so everybody feel free to ask any questions in this. We're going to dig into the Loot and Booty barbecue because I'm going to tell you, I want to know the basis behind where you came up with this. Well, first of all, before we start all that, and if anybody follows Sterling on Facebook, I'm sure it's on Instagram as well. He loves to take pictures of his feet.
In the plane.
I want to
shoes, feet, travel. Well, you say it in a weird way.
You're not on feetfinder.com, are you?
Like preface this before you say.
I should say his traveling feet while he's sitting on the airplane. But when did that all start? I mean, I kind of look forward to see where Sterling's going and the different footwear and the feet and when did you start doing that?
I think I actually saw Fergie do it one time with his van because he always liked to show off his vans, like where he's going. So, I'm flying here. And then I think I started doing it as kind of like a joke against Fergie. And then it kind of just took off from there. And, we travel so much and, having a brand like this, it's worldwide. We get to promote it and travel and cook for a bunch of people and still compete and do that. So, it's just something fun and cool to do. Hey, look, I'm on a plane again. I'm out. Look at my feet, I mean, if you want to pay some money to look at my feet, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Just wait. I was just thinking, can we get like the feet of barbecue?
I mean, I have actually 2 kids, one going to college soon. So any extra money, people want to pay to look at my feet, I am 100% down. I mean,
well, it seems to be catching on because I see a lot of people now doing the a la Sterling, the feet.
I guilty. I think I did 1 or 2.
I think I seen you. Yeah, it's so fun. It's fun to say, here's my feet. Look at me. I'm out. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah. The problem is I don't fly, so I just have to take a picture of it. It's hard to take a picture while
you're
driving.
Gas.
Well, you're driving of your feet.
I've done a couple of that with like, oh shit, I'm actually driving somewhere.
Hey, see, my good buddy Ryan over here in Naperville, the newest griddle crew member, says sounds like a great calendar idea.
Let's go. Send over a photographer. I'll oil these babies up. I'll get a pedicure and have them all looking pretty.
Sprinkle a little sand on them bad boys.
Pirate's Pleasure. Put some Pirate's Pleasure on there.
Well, your feet would smell good. I'm telling you, dude, this is.
Rum.
I'm ready to. I could roll myself in this thing.
Doesn't it smell delicious?
It does, Ryan. You're missing out. I'm telling you.
No, I don't want to see you roll around in it. I'm just,
Well, you could. That could be a whole
My
other
feet
show.
covered in it. I know, yeah.
that's a different
Hey.
calendar right there, buddy.
If anybody has got $5, want to throw it in the comments, see my feet covered in Pirate's Pleasure, just throw it on there, man. I got a bottle right here, and my feet right there.
We could do it.
First $5, let's go. First $5, let's go.
Oh man, wow!
This show's took a wild turn.
Right off the bat.
We're only what
10 minutes in.
11 minutes into it.
Yeah.
It
4
usually
minutes
goes
with Sterling on here, and it's already gone down there.
That's awesome.
Why don't you catch up on a few comments there, Ron? There's a couple other ones. Mr. Eric says something about his Jim Bowie and his Davy Crockett, which I'm assuming are Green Mountain Grills.
Green Mountain Grills.
That is. Do you want to push Green Mountain Grills for a little bit there, Sterling? Because I know last week I had Joey Machado on, and he did a good job of pushing the Weber Searwood. So I thought maybe
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean, I've been cooking on them for over a decade now. I love that they're number one. It's a family-owned company. They look out for the customers, really listening to the customers. We've had several models come through, and every one seems to be some customer input focused on the grill to make it better, to make it, more efficient, whether stronger, whatever it may be. So I really like that they take into consideration that kind of thing. And like I said, it's a close, small family-owned business, and we all know small family-owned businesses around the world. So it's really awesome to work with them. And then, a pellet grill in general, the temperature control. I love the ease of the temperature control, the nice light flavor I get from it. And I've loved cooking on that in tandem with Gateway drums and 41 other grills that I have here in my yard and scattered throughout the world. And I actually just bought a Myron Mixon.
I saw that.
An M60 water smoker that I cooked on last week. It's a beast.
That looks like a beauty. Yeah, that looks like a big one. That was a big one.
That's nice. I like it.
So let's dive into these new flavors. Let's
talk about Give Me the Loot real quick. Well, where are we at? Right here. Give Me the Loot, right?
Yeah, there.
You got that one?
Yeah, let's start with that one because we've already been blasting the other one, the spicy maple pecan.
So yes, when I was creating this this will be my 6th seasoning in my line. Actually, 7th. I have an American Royal Championship pork rub that's sold to Kroger branded grocery stores throughout the country. That was my first one, but technically in my Loot and Booty line, this will be my 6th seasoning. And I love my everything rub on pork, but I really wanted more of a pork focus centric competition seasoning. So I was tooling around with a bunch of spices, and then I really love the maple and the pecan that goes well with pork. So I started a test batch of something I wanted, of what I wanted this to be, and I started running it in competitions. And then when I started getting out my ratios of flavors, I started hitting on ribs, and started hitting on pork. I kind of knew that I was there, and so really what Give Me the Loot is it's for pork. It's for my pork ribs and my pork shoulders. I love it on bacon if we're in our backyard. I love it on everything pork, not just that tenderloins. I love that it pairs so well with the meat, and pork being a light protein, it also pairs well with poultry, seafood as well. And I like it a little bit on beef. If you want a little bit of that sweet beefy flavor with that spicy kick, I like that on some brisket or some tri-tip. And it's really nice. So to me, this is made for proteins. You can use it on vegetables, you can use it on other things, but this is really a protein focused seasoning. And I really like the balance of that you hit a little bit of spice first, and then it goes into the sweet notes. You get the maple, and then you get that nutty pecan flavor coming next. So this one it takes you on a little roller coaster ride when you have Give Me the Loot. But yeah, it's all things pork. This is made for pork, but I love other proteins. Pirate's Pleasure, on the other hand, is something I went. Yeah, I mean, besides other things, I mean, everything rough too. It works on everything. But besides feet, now I'm not gonna get over that. I I wanted something that I can use, and I use this in my wrap and my finishing in competitions. So when I'm wrapping my ribs and my pork, I will use this nice little layer mixed with some other, flavorings, butter, some honey, brown sugar, stuff like that. I really love it in the wrap. And I love it to use it as finishing. I actually finished my ribs with it. Nice little sprinkle, set the sauce, turned them in the box, and took first place in ribs a couple comps ago, using that as a finishing. I like this myself on things that are sweeter, like desserts, or if I want to go vegetables. I love it on butternut squash, on a pumpkin. I love it on all kinds of, like I did it on Brussels sprouts and bacon the other day, and it was phenomenal. I know people using it on salmon, on lobster, on all kind of whitefish and shellfish. I've used it personally in waffle pancake batter or as a topping to anything like a bread pudding. I've used it on like nuts. So if you heat it up with some nuts in like a pan, it caramelizes. It turns to caramel almost. So it has those sweety, rich buttery notes. I've used it on popcorn, and I like going out. When I was creating that, I wanted something that wasn't just protein centric. I wanted something that you can use in other ways. And at the time, I was doing a lot of desserts. I was doing World Food Championships. So when I was developing a lot of that, I wanted a sweeter kind of rub. And then obviously my pirate brand, I had to go with some sort of rum and incorporate that into what I'm doing. I really, when I'm creating products or whatever I'm doing, I want everything to be obviously brand focused. Stay on brand, stay on target for what I'm promoting as my brand, which is, veteran owned American made championship barbecue products. So I like them to be on brand, but I also like to have a little flavor in there. It's Pirate's Pleasure. It's cool. It's got a really cool like barrel label. Give me the loot. I mean, who doesn't love, man? It's a biggie,
Right.
And it's loot and booty. And there's a pirate map on it with an X. So, I like to think of little cool things like that to set my brand apart from a lot of the others. And, Steve, you can look at your wall and see a million rubs there. And sometimes they get washed, and looking the same and being the same. I really want to, have my product stand out a little bit. And then when you buy it, you taste it, it's good quality product and, it's bona fide. I've used them in not only my backyards and competition barbecue to be successful. So, I'm really happy with these two that turned out. I think they turned out amazing. And I think it's addition to my 5 that are already there. It's a perfect addition to those 5.
Well, I like having the map and the treasure map. So when you're staring at the wall at Wanamaker's, you'll be like, oh, I found the X marks the spot.
Mm-hmm. Found the booty. They found the booty
Exactly.
with the booty.
And Eric says I think he was talking about the first one. That he said the flavor has me intrigued.
Pork shoulder with pecan. Yeah, absolutely. The sweet maple pecan. I love it on shoulder. I did a practice round on the Myron Mixon actually 3 days ago, and I ran it on there, and I really love that flavor. It's not too spicy, when you and you guys know this, when you taste something out of the bottle, it's going to hit you and it's going to be really intense and bold a lot of times. But as you cook with it, a lot of that stuff will mellow out. The spices will mellow out. Salts will mellow out. So I really like, what the end result I'm getting after the smoke, after the heating process and the spice level. Sometimes things can get bitter on meats as they heat up. So a lot of my tests and development have come from actually cooking proteins, these seasonings, cooking them, like I said, in my backyard and in competition. So I really want to get them, perfect. I want them perfect before they go out on the market. And not everything's perfect, but to me, if I can work to strive to get it there, then I've done what I could do.
You said so. You mean you cooked them on this one right here?
Yeah, man. I went drove out in Colorado, and this one was attached to a trailer. So this one came with a trailer.
You go to buy a smoker, and hey, it comes with a trailer.
I just like it because it looks like it has 2 diesel pipes sticking out.
It does. Doesn't look gnarly. It's got these 2 pipes. The dude, John Beaver from Smoking Beavers out of Thornton, Colorado. He's kind of getting out of barbecue, and I've known him for several years. Great pit master. He had this trailer custom built. So he put it up for sale, and I've been looking for a patio type smoker, and happened to come with a Myron Mixon smoker on the back. So, I'm one of at first I was like, I'm going to rip that thing off and put my drums and mount a GMG. But then I thought about it. I'm like, let me cook on it. Let me see how it feels. Let me get the flow of it. And I'm gradually falling into with it right now. I just need a couple more cooks. So I'm gonna bring it out to the Jack and to the Royal in a couple weeks. But I'm gonna have my normal gear out there. I'll have some drums, gateway smoke, or gateways and GMG there. So, I'm not gonna roll that thing cooking on it 2-3 times out to the 2 biggest competitions of my life.
Yeah,
Probably not smart idea. The trailer and everything, man.
Yeah, it was attached to that trailer, so I was like, might as well buy the whole thing.
Dude,
right?
just put something smoky in the back of that as you're driving, and the smoke pouring out those pipes as you're driving.
Yeah, that's one way to get pulled over. And like, and then they'd be like, "Bro, why don't you have any shoes on it? Why is your seasoning all over your feet?"
Dude, just give them some. Say, hey, take some of this pirate pleasure.
I'm like, you got $5?
Yeah, $5.
$5, I'll show you.
I do got a comment.
Keep going, just keep going, man.
I do got a comment on Instagram. Snooty's Barbecue says, "What's up, Smitty?" So,
Snooty's a good dude. I met Joe a few years ago.
We got my good buddy Andy Wilson. What's up, brother? And then looky there, Michelle O'Gwyn says, "Hey, fellas, what's going on?" And then Ari, one another newest Griddle crew members, Mama on the Griddle right there. How's it going?
Hey.
Welcome in.
Hey,
what day is? It's International Talk Like a Pirate Day, September 19th.
Oh, today? Oh, that was perfect.
September 19th, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So thanks for having me.
Put some pirate pleasure on your tootsies, and they'll feel good all day long.
I think we got to get off this feed thing.
You know why they're called pirates?
Why is that?
Because they are.
There you go.
Geez.
You know a pirate's.
Hold on, there's my dad.
Well, you know a pirate's favorite letter. You'd think it would be R, but it's the C.
Oh,
there, that's my
dad. It's a whole night of bad jokes. Jesus. Ryan comes back. Bring Michelle back. Anybody who wants to start, bring Michelle back. You can just keep putting that in the comments. We'll take a vote at the end, and if we have to, we'll boot Ryan out.
And if anybody has questions on anything, feel free. Not only about the new seasonings, but if you have questions on.
Are we doing the Lucky 13?
On life, on aliens, pyramids.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do the Lucky 13.
Yes, code Lucky 13, 13% off your order and Loot and Booty.
13% off, guys. Normally it's like a 10% off, 13% off your order over at Loot and Booty.
In that you get 3 extra percents.
3 extra percents.
Of a 10.
Yeah, see? OMG, I love Ryan. I don't know if she's just saying that or
that's not what she was saying in the green room last week, Ryan.
I'm sure.
It's just like, dude, you really firing Ryan? Do I really got this job?
Sorry. It's okay. Yeah.
So I got to ask you a question though, Sterling, is these seem like they're really. I know you said the pecan one, you always wanted this kind of a flavor, but these seem like they're kind of fun. I mean, are you getting to the point where you're doing your flavors? I know obviously when you're first starting out, you got to come out with. You're looking for flavors. You want to do your flavors and this and that.
And your base hits, right?
Are you starting to basics, and are you starting to get to where you just you're doing some fun stuff now? Is that what you're?
Yeah, as I was, I have, like you said, I started with my everything rub, which is like my base season. I got chicken and beef. Then I started kind of getting into the Jolly Roger. Once I did Jolly Roger, I was like, you know what? These off, kind of not your standard typical seasoning. I love developing those flavors. I want to, sometimes it's hard matching flavors and getting them all to work right. But after Jolly Roger, I had LFA Grande, was my Southwest seasoning. And then boom, these two give me the Loot and Pirates Pleasure. So, I think you're right. After I had kind of my basics and my base hits and my basic meat or protein seasonings down, it's kind of fun to play around in the kitchen and create something new and exciting. And I've had some, maple and pecan rubs. There's a lot out there. And to me, I wanted to add a little twist on it and a little kick and a little something. And then Pirate's Pleasure, I went full left field. I was like, you know what? I want something that's not even, I don't know of anything like it on the market. There may be. Absolutely, there may be. I don't know of anything specific that I've seen. I've been around a lot of barbecue places. But I wanted that one to be specifically very unique. And when I first put it on social media, I put it up there and people were like, oh, another Blanco, another white, another SPG, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, it's SPG. This is complete opposite of an SPG. So,
Dude, I'm not even telling you. I mean, I ordered these as soon as I got back from the A show. They popped up on Old World Spice. I ordered them in. I opened the box of Pirate Pleasure, dude. I opened the box and it was just like, dude, it smelled like caramel candy, and I'm just like, dude, this one's like
heated up in a pan, like I said, with some like nuts, like you're roasting nuts, or on a smoker, and that it caramelizes. It turns to caramel. It heats up. It breaks down, and those amazing flavors come through. I love it on like a mixed nuts or smoked nuts for that reasoning.
We do
But
that.
a lot of other things, like as I mentioned before, a lot of those like desserts or sweeter items. I did some glazed carrots with like agave nectar and that Pirate's Pleasure on there. It just adds a nice, like sweet, salty, just like smooth little bite to things like carrots, and, potatoes, butternut squash, pumpkin, root vegetables.
Shell said, "Wish us luck running our first whole hog at Ain't It the Life. Ain't it the life."
Can you say
I-
okay, Porky
I-
Pig?
Yes, all folks.
I've heard of stuttering, but I've never heard of typing stuttering.
And then Eric Nesser said, "What pellets do you use, and what flavor of pellets do you prefer?"
Great question. I like the Green Mountain Grill. Has a fruit wood blend of pellets, and it's actually pecan, cherry, and beechwood, which is kind of their base BTU kind of wood in that. But it's a GMG fruit wood blend. I really love the color. I love the flavor I get from it, and it's a Green Mountain Grill pellet. I'm sponsored by Green Mountain Grills, but also Blues Hog. I use a lot of Blues Hog charcoal. When I'm doing like my gateway drums, I use Blues Hog lump. I like pecan wood. I'm a big fan of pecan. I think it's nice. It's light. It's barbecuey without being overly barbecuey, but you still know you're getting some good flavor. So I love using pecan wood chunks. So that's my go-to wood is a pecan wood.
Yeah, just to clarify Michelle's comment, they are at Murfreesboro this weekend. They are at Praise the Lard, and that's
great.
So they did well last year, and I guess she said this is the first year they're adding whole hog to their repertoire. So we'll see how they do. So yeah, they're down there at the capital of barbecue in Illinois, Murfreesboro, home of the legend Mike.
Awesome apples.
Yeah,
trophies are badass.
She sent me a message. She said, "I typed it and it tagged it at the same time."
Oh, nice.
I mean,
it happens.
You gotta explain it. I don't know, but
hey, at least she has enough time to
see. There's good old. See, Big Daddy Dutch was there last week.
Why was last week so seamless? Never mind, I remember. Hey, Smitty. Jesus.
That's right. Ryan wasn't here last week. Michelle and I were here.
Oh, man, they're calling you out.
I know. That's all right. I mean, they're just mad because now they got to talk about feet pics.
I'm telling you right now, I am this close to doing I'm sprinkling this on my feet live on video. That's all I can tell you.
Don't wait till you get $5 at least.
My other buddy Ken Repking from Hodges Griddle Group.
Would you brine a turkey breast before smoking? Great question. Depends. I mean, if it's like a natural one, absolutely. I know some of those like a butterballs are actually already enhanced, so it kind of depends. If it's unenhanced, absolutely, I'd brine it, checked it. American Royal every year there's a turkey category, and I've been doing some life. I took 7th in turkey. I think it's two years ago, maybe 3. I don't know. They're all jumbling together now, but I turned into simple turkey breasts with a Gold Star chicken and butcher beef combination on the outside. Brined it, injected it, turned it in like brisket slices, and took 7th, and I thought it was amazing. Obviously turkey's lean; it's gonna dry out, once you get past a certain temperature. So, if you can brine it and you got time, I would absolutely brine it. Much as well as chicken, any kind of poultry does well with a brine.
So you're a brine and inject person. So where do you usually find on? Just so everybody knows, just because everybody does want to brine at Thanksgiving and all that other stuff, and there is a spot on the bag that will tell you whether it's not. Do you know where is it in the ingredients, or is it just a spot there that says?
Are you talking on like any commercial brine?
Yeah, like at a commercial, because people buy the commercial ones and then they'll want to brine them, and it's like you may be double brining it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the brand of the turkey, and usually it'll say if it's all natural, or it may say enhanced with a certain percentage of a solution. Usually it's like a saltwater thickening agent, kind of solution that they put in those. So usually if that's been done, I won't do it again because, like I said, sometimes it can be overly salty. So I may pop a little injection, but if it's all natural, absolutely brine it up, get some flavor in there, man.
I was just watching a video of a guy that did said do you spatchcock your turkeys?
I have known, yeah. Actually, the last turkey I did. Usually, I don't do turkeys because Thanksgiving's usually around my birthday, and my mom loves to cook, so I usually let her kind of cook, and I sit around and kind of pretend to tell her hey, maybe you should do this, and then she's like, just go away. But she's like, there's some take your feet and some Pirate's Pleasure and go in the corner, earn $5. No,
yeah, right.
No. So last year, I cooked a turkey as well as my mom did, and I spatchcocked it. So absolutely, I love spatchcocking. To me, when I open up that cavity, even on a chicken or a turkey, it allows me to get flavor everywhere. It allows for a lot more even cooking. And sometimes inside it's not really where you want it to be. I want that crust. I want the seasoning, the salt, the pepper to get on the inside, on the outside. So absolutely, I love a good spatchcock.
Yeah, I like the seasoning everywhere, even when it gets like down in between like the toes and stuff. I mean,
those turkey toes.
Wow. Ken said he's loaded with questions. Charcoal pellets versus wood pellets.
Charcoal. So most of the pellets I'm going to use is a wood pellet. I know they have the black charcoal pellets. I don't use a lot of those, so my pellets are going to be wood pellets. They do make charcoal pellets, but to me, I've used them before, and I didn't really see a benefit from it. So to me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? A lot of people like to use charcoal pellets. Great, yeah, I'd use them, but I prefer the all wood Green Mountain Grill pellets. I like them because there's no like oils or flavored oils or anything like that in there. Watch some of those pellets; they'll have flavorings in there. If there's oils in there, they can gunk up your auger, and all that as it's going through your pellet tube. So make sure they don't have any like oils or anything like that. Quality matters. Sometimes you go to Walmart and it's a $5 bag of pellets. You pay for what you get. It's probably junk.
There's that $5.
It's gonna be junk. There may be some toenails in there. Who knows what's in there? But at the end of the day, you pay for what you get. It's true. It is true.
I know I know Sean talks about all the time the website for lump charcoal. Is there anything for pellets like that? Do you know, Steve?
I think if you go to the Naked Wiz. They have a whole bunch of categories. I know the most popular one obviously is charcoal for obviously the barbecue, like purist like us or whatever. They're looking for charcoal, but I think they also rate rate just about everything in there.
I'm sure he's got.
Don't look it up at work.
In there.
Yeah, it's just Sean would say, "Don't look it up."
Don't look it up.
And it's not an SFW.
Yes,
much like the feet.
And I know we've heard the story before, but Phil Patrick's in here asking, where'd you come up with the name Loot and Booty?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, I'm a Navy vet. And when I got into barbecue, I saw these cool names and logos. And I had this logo, the pig skull and crossbones logo picked out when I knew I wanted to compete and had to create this whole entity, if you will. And so I had like a list of like 10, 12 different names. Loot and Booty was one of them when I was creating a name, and it kind of just stuck. And to me, it kind of just, I wanted that pirate Navy, as a Navy vet, we're all pirates. We're all on the sea, plundering, doing our thing. It's fun. So it's just kind of, it stuck with the logo, Loot and Booty. And if you think about it, man, what are we doing out there? We're competing for what? Gold, money, and plastic trophies. And it's loot and booty,
gold,
treasures.
Gold and
go get some treasures,
plastic gold and.
What do you want to get at the end? You want to win, right? You want to win
the booty. I mean the loot.
And what do you get?
The loot.
You get the check. You get the loot, and then you get a trophy. Usually, you get the loot and the booty. Do you not? You do.
Well, so, if you got lots of loot, you can get the booty.
Eric, yes, thank you for your service.
Cheers.
And then he said,
Navy.
He did use 50-50 lumberjack pecan and smoking pecan shells, and was probably the best color, bark, and flavor so far.
Nice. So I've heard of those smoking pecan shells. I haven't used them yet. Have you used? Obviously, this guy's used them. You guys use those yet? Those smoking pecan shells?
No, I have not.
Do you sell those?
I don't. As you saw, I don't. I'm very limited on space. I've had people send in wanting to do the almond shells and some of the others. I just don't have the. I don't have the space for the.
I get it. But I have seen those pecan shells. I was interested in those actually on the flavor, so I might check those out.
Griddles and Vittles with Nick and Jay. They finally got to meet Steve in person because he wasn't 20 minutes.
Seems fine for a couple cooks we did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
And he's also a Navy vet here as well. So
thank you for your service.
Yeah, Phil Patrick.
Acres away.
Yeah, so I did get to meet Nick and Jay, and of course, the first comment was I thought he was taller. So, me.
I know it wasn't.
They met me for the first time. Yeah, they met me for the first time. They're like, "Boy, I thought he would be taller." And
that's why I see, like, I keep all this space above mine. Steve's got to be like up here, so he's like, oh,
well, it's like TV when you see somebody like, oh man, that dude's like 5'2".
Yeah, that's about what. Yeah,
the shoot from the angle up always.
Yeah, right. It was the Fat Boy Dreams, right? Fat Boy Dreams.
Fat Boy. I'm telling you, that's still my competition name. If it ever
have
goes
you guys
live.
Fat Boy Dreams.
Have you used Chat GPT?
I have not.
So I just typed in create a logo for Fat Boy Dreams Barbecue.
Look at this. So this is like AI, and it says BBQ.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it gives you a little.
It gets it. Well, I mean, it's Fat Boy, so it's got an extra B in it.
I guess.
Oh, let's see.
That was good. Now you're all dark. What happened? Power outage?
I was trying to.
Isn't that crazy? But listen, you just typed in a couple things, and that created that in like 4 seconds.
Yeah, right? I literally just typed it in here. It says create logo for Fat Boy Dreams Barbecue.
I mean, this technology is crazy. I'm gonna just type in like my phone, like cook my brisket.
This is I'll admit it here.
The
like
phone on the smoker, and be like, here you go.
A lot of my posts and the descriptions. If I have a description that's like super lengthy, it's Chat GPT.
Is it?
And it's the simplest thing. Like Blackstone's got their 5 for 25 seasonings right now, and I was like, hey, create a description of Blackstone's 5 for 25 endless summer with these 5 seasonings, and it went.
Yeah.
And I went post.
Easy, right?
I think I'm going to have to use those. I spent half the time trying to type that thing with the spell correct and then the tags and the this and that. I spend more time typing backwards than going forwards.
Yeah,
I don't know. To me, it's like I think sometimes there has to be some, I guess, realness of your post or of your brand or whatever you're trying to do. I try to do either me or my wife does all our social media posts, and we do it by hand and just do it the old school way. It's funny. Oh, we're doing social media old school. That sounds weird to say that.
The funny part is I just got caught up to old school, and now it
changes.
It jumped 300 miles ahead again.
I know.
Yeah, look at Griddles and Vittles.
I can definitely know there's an awesome positive for it. There's a good side to kind of use it to your
Griddles and Vittles mentioned that Tom Cruise is like 5'4". Well, I can tell you I'm taller than Tom Cruise. I can tell you that. So
when I was in the Navy, I was stationed in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and we were down in Waikiki, and the cast of remember 90210 Beverly Hills 90210. And the Ian Ziering came in, and Ian Ziering came up to like my chest. He was like, this. It was crazy. I'm like, oh my god, these guys are like midgets. The whole crew was like this tall. It was crazy.
Wow, you're throwing back. That's old time TV show.
Yeah,
there
well,
not really old, but older. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the mid '90s.
Since Ryan's not paying attention, I'll do the. Okay, last question. If you don't make one and buy one, who sells a good brine?
A couple of different PR. So I use a couple different ones. I'll tell you what I use for my injections of competition right now. So for chicken, I use LC Barbecue. He makes an awesome one called Foul Play. And I like that. And I mix a little bit of Butcher's Barbecue. He makes a honey chicken chicken injection, chicken brine.
Mhm.
I use that one. I love that one. Also, my good buddy Bill from Chicken Fried. He has it's called Game Changer brine out. It's really good. It's an awesome brine. I love it on poultry. Ribs and pork. I like using LC. Let's go back to LC. He has one called Butt Hurt. I really like using that one. It's awesome. It's called Butt Hurt. Cool name too. So he has a Butt Hurt, and I mix that with like apple juice and some water. And then brisket, I'm using Texas Oil Dust. He has a Calcutta that I really like. I like that one. And I like mixing. Sometimes I'll use that the 999. They have a bovine beef one. I'll mix a little bit of that in there. Yeah, so I've been liking those combinations. But for general brine, if I'm just gonna like brine a turkey breast chicken, I would use the Game Changer by Chicken Fried Barbecue. It's awesome. Has everything you need. You just add water, shake it up, throw it in for a couple hours. You're set.
I mean, you talk about
You sell that?
you talk about coming up with a name like Pirate Pleasure or Give Me the Loot. Just think of the thought and the mind games that were going on to come up with come up with something called Butt Hurt.
Well, it's butt injection. You see so many creative names on the wall up there. You have a whole wall of creative stuff. But yeah, Butt Hurt. I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But that's the fun side too of in this space. Well, there's several of us who have seasonings and sauces, and there's no blueprint for what we did. We kind of just went out and we create this, and you got to sell it somehow and distribute it. So you get in these avenues. But what's really cool about this space is there's no rules really. We're free to play, and if we want to name something Butt Hurt or Give Me the Loot, then we can. Now we just got to sell it.
Yeah. I think Griddles and Vittles is playing on the Butt Hurt thing and the Navy thing, and they're saying that's submarines.
Yeah. Here we go. Now we got feet and butts and all kind of stuff here, right? Right. Where are we going with this?
Robert Rose, what's up, brother? How we doing?
What's up, Robert?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! So what's are you doing? Coming up in about a month and a half away? Are you doing World Foods?
So I'm not doing World Foods this year. It moved to Indianapolis from Dallas. I've done it the last 3 years. I've took Reserve Grand Champion and I GC'd it 2 years ago. I think, honestly, for what I was doing with World Foods and that side, I think I'm okay. I've come to the realization that I did what I wanted to do in that space in World Foods and cooking. So, I'm on to other things now. If it comes back and they have other events, absolutely, I'll do them because I love that style of cooking. I love being creative. And I love what World Foods does when it allows us to be creative and take not only barbecue or steak, whatever, it allows us to, like I said, mix it in a different way and serve it in a different way and bring in different flavors. So I love it. I just think since it moved, it got a little far from me. I got the Jack Jaw for Arizona. So beginning of October, I'll be going to Lynchburg, Tennessee, driving the Beast out. He showed the Beast. Be driving that thing out there. And then 2 weeks after that, the American Royal in Kansas City. It'll be my 10th year at the American Royal representing Arizona. So those 2 in a row. And then coming back, I got a lot of things for Veterans Day weekend. I got a comp here and then an event in Florida that I'll be going out for. So it's a lot of things happening, and World Foods just didn't fit into that plan this year. Yeah.
Well, if you're looking at anything creative, I mean, there's always next year the griddle battle.
Griddle battle. I mean, I heard about it. Tell me about the griddle battle. What do we do?
The same thing as your competitions, man. All flat top cooking, though.
So, wait, what about next year? You have to use your feet only.
You got to use your feet to take the spatulas and move them around.
Yes.
I don't know how the judges are going to feel about that, but you never know.
Just don't tell them.
We'll put gloves on the feet.
Just don't tell them.
We'll put
Oh, geez. Here we got Griddles and Vittles as well. They just they were the grand champions.
Oh, nice. So basically,
them.
tell me about the griddle battle. What do you think?
Last one we just had, there was 3 categories. We had breakfast,
okay,
of course, and then we had a copycat. So you're copying like a major food chain, like a Crunchwrap Supreme or a Big Mac or In-N-Out Burger or something,
Yeah.
And then dessert.
And everything has got to be cooked on a griddle.
Everything's got to be cooked on a flat top.
Gotcha. That's cool.
It's growing. We're getting there.
Is that at Wanamaker's?
No,
No, that was at the Legion here in Yorkville.
Oh, okay.
Downers
Oh,
Grove
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
very friendly. Downers Grove isn't very friendly to doing fun stuff.
They're not really, huh?
No.
So out in Yorkville, where we did the Battle of the Branches.
Correct.
Near there, yeah.
Near there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Next year, if everything goes through, we're looking Eureka, so the Central Illinois Barbecue Throwdown. So if you want to come out, man, do a barbecue and a griddle battle at the same time.
Figure something out. Let me
Yeah.
send me some details.
I will. As soon as we get it certified and guaranteed that the date is set, I'll shoot you the information.
I like cooking meat in parking lots.
Yeah. See, so a judge thought their crepe was a tortilla.
Uh-huh. Oh, those kind of judges, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, I was one of those judges, but I knew I could tell the difference between a crepe
That was their
and a
comment.
tortilla.
The crepe guy.
Yeah, I think that was their comment earlier. It said it was great
Okay,
meat,
Mr. Tortilla.
seasonings in the mail. So.
Well, I'm going to
so-
say, I do want to say though, because we're talking about that seasoning there. The stuff that came across for the griddle battle, Sterling, some of the stuff was absolutely amazing. And Griddles and Vittles did I believe it was breakfast. I think it was. They had this. They had it. It was all nicely like in a little pouch, and they tied it like there was like a little bow type of thing on it. It was the most gorgeous thing. And I unfortunately I think being a barbecue guy, I mean, I was really looking for some like sharp flavor to it, and it wasn't there. It was really good, but I was looking for. It was so good looking that I was expecting to be like blown away with a flavor. So I did make a comment that it had a little more spice. It would have been absolutely perfect.
What was it?
Gorgeous.
What was in it? What was in it? What was the filling? Or
I think like there looked
crepe?
like there was some meat in it. There looked like tomatoes and some other stuff in it, but it was just kind of. I was looking for more of like a breakfast peppery, bam, like flavor to it that you would get like in a sausage gravy type of thing.
I got you. Okay. Yeah.
Strong flavor to it, and it was really good. It wasn't. And this is the hard part is with it is, and when you go into judging, and you're going to judges, everybody's flavor palette is different. They're expecting different
100%.
things.
Yeah,
Different flavors are going to come out. But I'm going to say it was some of the
beautiful
stuff
dish. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It was gorgeous.
What was the crepe? What was the?
I think that was like eggs and chives or something.
Oh my god! And it held together and all tied.
Yeah, had it all done together and rolled it up and then tied it up. I think with like a green onion or something.
No way.
It had hash brown.
Oh, good.
It had hash
brown, egg, ham, cheese, purple onion, orange.
Oh yeah, eggs and chives was the the outside.
It was absolutely gorgeous, and a lot of guys
awesome.
They had absolutely gorgeous stuff. I know that the what is it, Smoke and Griddle Boys? Are they the ones that did the waffle with the fried chicken on it?
Waffle, yeah.
Yeah, that was bang. That was right. That was
so anything you would cook on, you could fry, like deep fry.
So if you want to put a full pan or a half pan full of oil
in it and deep fry. Yeah, you can do anything.
You put a pot on there. You want to make a sauce. There you go.
How many teams were there?
Total. There was 10 teams registered. One of them, unfortunately, had something come up at 10:30 the night before and wasn't able to make it. So we had 9.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely have a lot more teams that are interested for next year already. They just couldn't finding out about it in short notice. And I myself have to do a better part of advertising, to you, to us. And if I say, hey, Smitty, there's a KCBS event over here, you're going, okay, great, let's go. We understand what it is.
Yeah.
People outside of that don't really understand. So all the advertising and everything I did, I was like, here's the flyer. It's the griddle battle. Let's go. Da, 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 da. And I failed myself to explain exactly what it is. So that's
I get it.
Now.
Well, the thing is, you learn, and from the first one, you move on and you make it better, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, it had with a bechamel sauce.
With bechamel. So with turn-ins like that, I would rather judge than compete. I like eating food.
Yeah.
I mean, there was. I don't think I had anything that was.
I'd be better. I'd be better than this guy. I'd be better than this guy. Tell him, I don't know about your seasoning. I don't know about your seasoning, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, if it had a little Pirate's Pleasure and some toenail in there, or something,
little bit of feet,
put a big foot on there with some Pirate Pleasure, and dude, I'm all in.
I'm 9s, nothing but 9s.
We only go up to 5, but I mean 9s would be great.
Five.
Okay.
Five. Well, with feed, you get 9.
Hey, with that pirate pleasure though, man, you're definitely putting your footprint out in the world there.
And if I'm judging, I have a pretty good palate for my own products. So you get an extra point there just for
We can have a loot and booty
category. Let's go. Anything booty.
Yes. I'm not even saying I'm gonna be good.
Anything.
Anything
We got
booty.
breakfast, anything booty, and what would you say the other category was? Oh, reenactment. Copycat.
No, we're gonna
Pirate's
change it up.
pleasure.
Last year,
Pirate's pleasure on
we did
Anything
a
booty.
burger category, which was again Good Old Widows and Nick and Day. They, since they're here and talking, they did a deep fried Juicy Lucy burger.
Money.
With,
I would say I'd like to
angular.
judge. I'd eat that. I'd eat that all day.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. So
it'd be a long way to travel just to judge, but I mean, if you're down for it, man, no more
Really,
copycat. I
you
know
know.
the copycat's kind of out. Copycat category in the griddle world, I was like, man, this is going to be a great category.
So
It was a
talk
headache.
about your turn-ins that you had for copycat. What was turned in?
We had crunch wraps. We
Uh-huh.
had
yeah, I had that Taco Bell
Taco
crunch
Bell,
wrap.
Crunch Wrap,
steak and
Supreme.
shake burgers. We
Okay.
had 2 people did homemade McRibs.
Oh
Oh,
man,
nice.
the rib was spot
Yeah.
on. Sterling,
My-
it was spot on.
My
The
son
onion
at
and
12
the
year
pickle.
old. My son at 12 years old competed as well too. He ended up with
Nice.
5th place in breakfast, but he did for his copycat cheesy fiesta potatoes from Taco Bell.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, Griddles and Vittles took 1st place with their Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
There was
Little
a steak
Panda
and
Express.
A lot of
burger.
Mexican.
Panda Express. There was the
Panda Express, yeah.
So orange
beef and
chicken. up in
broccoli
this?
or something.
But I mean, the McRib I had. I mean, even the sauce was like it was like basically eating a McRib.
Did you try all 9 of them? All 9
No,
turn-ins?
they got half.
Okay.
No,
So
it
was
kind
either
of split between
5
the
or
two.
4.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
it.
That was one of my
I like that
suggestions to Ryan for next time is to have, like extras for like so the people that at one judge table get to actually taste what the other judge's table had, so that because I mean I wanted to kind of. I like you, Sterling. I like to eat. I mean, I just wanted to
I
see
do
what
too.
everybody else had. You know what I mean?
Got to come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I get
Come
you.
back and judge more competition, Steve.
I will. I'm in now. I'm going to
Stop
be the
telling
official-
people it needs more seasoning. Maybe you'll be
I'm going
invited
to
back.
keep doing it, and they're going to know who it is. I'm just going to
Exactly.
put it out there.
They need more seasoning, guys. Here.
Need more
Need more
seasoning.
seasoning, guys.
I had my shed hat on, and I
Yeah, we should have on. Yeah,
And
and
I
Trish
judged
got to
on
eat a
it.
lot of the food as well.
Trisha got to eat
You look
some of
just
the
like a
leftovers.
KCBS judge.
Yes,
Typical.
Yeah,
always
Trish.
a little small, but yeah.
Fun.
Whatever.
No, I'll definitely shoot you some information as soon as we got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what else you got on? So you got the word, not the world. So you got the Jack coming up, and then you got
Jag,
then you got
American
the Royal.
There's a big event in Las Vegas. Christy from Girls Can Grill. She's
Mhm.
putting on in December. I think there's sold out in like 10 minutes, something crazy, close to 80
Wow.
teams.
Wow.
At a
Oh,
Bass
yeah,
Pro
yeah.
Shop there in Vegas, and it's I'll be doing that one. I got in there, and just wrapping the year down. I got a couple other things that I'm working on. I wanted these 2 products to get out and kind of focus on marketing those and getting them some traction out of them. But I do have a couple more things that I'm working on in the line too.
Do we
So
get the exclusive announcement right here?
I mean, I don't know if I'm there yet, but stay tuned. Yeah, definitely stay tuned. But yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Nothing. It won't involve feet. I will tell you that. If you want it,
Little boot,
But-
gluten booty foot rub.
yes, it's a little peg called peg leg.
Oh man.
Holy God, this
Oh,
this
God.
show's gone way off the rails.
And I just
early.
thought of that peg leg. That'd be a good one.
Ken Repking that was in here. He's over on Instagram now. He wanted to say thanks for all the great tips and ideas. So
Always, absolutely, guys.
thanks for the great tips.
You can always check them out on. I have a Barbecue Champs Academy. I have a line of online barbecue classes, chicken ribs, pork, and brisket through Barbecue Champs Academy. And you can get on my website, lutenbootybarbecue.com. All my rub sauces, t-shirts, books. I wrote 2 books. Crazy. I can barely read. I wrote 2 barbecue books.
Michelle just
Not
turned in
1
wings.
foot recipe. Not 1 foot recipe in there.
Michelle just turned in wings. She's competing while watching the show. Now that's dedication.
Dedication.
That is. I hope I'm giving you metaphor.
I mean, and here, look, last week I couldn't
Let
go
me
to
get some
Outback.
motivation. I'll get some motivation going for you. You can do this. Believe in yourself. You can do this, Michelle. Concentrate on the wings, the sauce. Be one with the sauce.
Reach over and dingle the
I should do some of these videos.
The wind chimes over there. Just make your wind chimes going.
Like a hummingbird in the back. You listen to Smitty while you turn in chicken wings, and it's just positive reinforcement the whole time.
You know what? There's a picture in there, Ryan, of Smitty doing his chicken wings when him and Fergie were at Wanamaker's doing their class. There should be some other. I don't know if you can see the final result in there, but yeah, probably not. I'm doing it over his shoulder. I didn't want to get in the guy's way.
Well, you know,
when it was a little chilly out there.
Look what I'm pointing at. I'm like, look, that's barbecue. You see that?
But he puts it, man. He had
look right there.
Yep.
It's right there.
Look,
you guys see where the barbecue is?
That's right where my toe touched it.
No, you know what that is? That was Fergie
holding.
That was Fergie holding the brisket. You were like, Fergie, this is what a winning brisket looks like.
Exactly. Hold my brisket, Ferg. Ferg loves to hold my brisket in classes.
But Sterling does he does it like a flower, the little chicken. It's
art.
Gorgeous.
It's a little circle, and it is. Yeah. You eat with your eyes first. And then at the end of the day, obviously you want it to taste good. So, it's craft.
So art. Hopefully we are working on having Smitty and Fergie back for another class. If you didn't go to last year's, you missed out on a great time. So
we had a blast. We had a fun time. We had awesome questions. I think everybody learned a lot. The cool thing about when we do classes together is you get to see me do it my way. You get to see Fergie do it his way, which it's different. A lot of stuff we do is different. The end result, it's a lot of the times. I'm not going to say it tastes the same because it doesn't, but it's what we are going for in competitions. We have a different flavor, but at the end of the day, it's both a winning product, and like you said earlier, the one thing that is constant judging is everybody has a different tongue, so you kind of just want to work for that balanced road of not do anything right down the middle and just have a good product.
Yeah. Do you do based on I know Ryan's asked this question of other people, but do you change up based on the different regions you're going to, what flavors you use, or do you just use the same one all the time? And
I'm a pretty freestyle cook, so I change a lot of stuff all the time. The base of what I do is going to be the same. Cooking it to a proper texture, proper feel, resting, all that kind of stuff. I may switch up a little seasoning here and there. I may switch up a little wrap here and there. But it's not really detriment. It's not a huge change what I do. It may be a little tweak here and there, and it's constant. To me, it's a constant progression of my cook of changing a little thing here to see, well, what if I change this? See what happens, But when I change, it's not going to be a significant change. It's going to be something a little bit different that I can track and I can see. Hey, this is. And I can look at my results and see, okay, this is something they're liking. This is something they're not liking. I'm not going to do that anymore. So I change a lot. But the base of my cook, the structure of my cook's going to be the same every time, everywhere I go. It's going to be tender and it's going to be good.
So what you're saying is you go and you cook somewhere that you've never cooked before, and you take your comments back and you take the criticism and you learn from it and you just move on.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
You got to.
I got
Terry White says, "Ding ding, how we doing?" And then Michelle.
I got a question. We got like an ongoing. Michelle her comment can wait a second, but I guess because I'm going to end up forgetting my question. We've had this ongoing debate, and I can't remember. I think it was Famous Dave, Harry Sue, and maybe Leanne Whippen. Don't quote me on it, but they were talking about how everybody turns in the same thing. How we've gotten to where flavor profiles are all very similar. And that's why a lot of them, and obviously you having competed in the world food, a lot of them are now liking the world food a little more because it's a little more of a free shot show. People are doing stuff. Would you like to see, for somebody who's in it currently, like battling out, and not on a weekly basis, but on a frequent basis, would you like to see KCBS have some kind of like an open category where you may not be as tied to these are the profiles that people are looking for, and you don't want to experiment because it's the Royal, but it would be neat to have like an open where you can just everybody it's like a free for all. Everybody just makes ribs the way they want to, and
yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. I would love that. To me, I love cooking KCBS. I do it's basically my, it's like a painting to me. It's like Bob Ross had a canvas and paint. To me, I have a pork shoulder, some seasonings in the smoker. So to me, when I get in there, it kind of takes me out of my head. It allows me to just get in that and focus on cooking. So I kind of get in a robot zone and do the same thing over and over and over. I can do a KCBS probably in my sleep, backwards, blindfolded. But what's really cool, like you said about the other things like World Food Championships, does allow you to experiment with other flavors. And I do love that. And I think KCBS, I think it would be amazing for them to do something like that. You're right. And what's cool about those judges was Famous Dave, Leanne Whippet, and Harry Sue. They were my judges in the World Food Championships.
Right.
They gave me a perfect score when I won that. And it was, they gave us a brisket. And you know what I did with that brisket? I made brisket fried rice. I made a brisket gyoza. I did a stuffed brisket egg roll. And we did a brisket burn-in teriyaki skewer. So I gave them a QQ platter, a poo-poo platter. It was called the QQ platter. And so I took that brisket and flipped it into 4 Asian dishes with Asian profiles. The brisket gyoza had a wasabi aioli and a little sesame oil drizzle. And so we had some of those Asian different flavors going in with a traditional smoked brisket. I smoked it like how you would. So I think incorporating that into different flavors would open up a lot more cooks or chefs wanting to get into it, because they can express themselves creatively. And a lot of the KCBS stuff is rinse and repeat, dunk it in the same sauce. And I get it that, yeah, a bunch of the flavors are the same. And I don't know how we fix that. I mean, it's hard to start swimming against the grain when you want to win.
That's what we came up to when we were talking to Leanne, because I was mentioning the same thing, and it is nowadays. I mean, it's a huge investment. I mean, you're going to the Royal, you're not spending all this money on meat, you're not doing all this, and then go, hey, I'm going to try a completely brand new flavor and see what happens. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm gonna put Pirate Pleasure on these and just let's see how it rolls.
Put my feet all over them.
That's the perfect right there.
Yeah, exactly. The open, when there's like a bunch of judges that have no idea, give them some feet. Pirate Pleasure. Because you guys came up for the class, so I got to taste Fergie's brisket and I got to taste Smitty's brisket and both of their. I think Fergie did thighs, and you did wings. Yep.
They are absolutely incredible, but I know that's not what they're eating at home, and I want to taste what Smitty's cooking for the family when they come over. I want to taste Smitty's ribs when he's cooking for the friends and family. Domino's. Yeah, Domino's. But I just that's the thing. I mean, I want to see what flavors come out when you're not. Are they a little more Southwestern spicy, or are they
a lot?
I think an open category would allow people to express some of their, their flavor, their true flavor profiles.
Right, absolutely.
KCBS doesn't need
how they cook. Well,
right?
I mean, you're right. KCBS doesn't necessarily need to do it because there's a whole section with WFC's got that filled. Hey, if you want, the griddle battle's got that filled. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. KCBS doesn't have to, because there are other sanctioning bodies that have that capability to have you think outside the box. But I don't know. I think KCBS does need some sort of change I don't know what it is to change going forward to make it more. It seems like it's in almost, I don't want to say a downward spiral, but it just seems like it's losing a lot of its luster, in terms of sponsorship, in terms of you're going to see the top teams there. It's hard to get new people in, and then something like that, you need to refresh. You need to keep people going in and keep it new. And I think they need to do something to bring new people in. I'm not sure what it is, but anyone that's out here out west, I'm going to compete in just because I love doing it, and I still love going out and teaching and creating new flavors and competing. I love being out there with everybody. You know, I've got a lot of people like, why are you still competing? You're doing this stuff. Well, I love it. You know, it allows me to get out of, and then it's like golf to me. It's my pastime. I enjoy it. So yeah.
Well, it's, I mean, where you say that, you know, is, I mean, your competing got you to your seasonings, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what started everything. So why give that up, right? That's what got you to where then it's just a business and it's not really fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Then it becomes work, and it's like, well, I don't want to. I quit my full-time job to do barbecue. You know, I don't want it to now seem like it's work or too much work, and it hasn't. I love it. You know, being able to grow my own brand and be in charge of my own success has just been phenomenal. You know.
What's up, Eric? Yeah, Griddles and Vittles. Kind of the same question. You know, do barbecuers cook somewhat at home like you compete? And Sean says the same thing. He goes, "What I cook on competition, I do not even. He doesn't cook it at home.
No, not even. I don't inject. What we do in competition is it's so overly done. You know, it's for that one bite. It's for that judge to have one bite of your product. And when I'm eating that a meal at home, I don't want to get sick after eating 1 or 2 bites and feel like, oh my God, look at all that. Pirates, too much pirate's pleasure.
Too much.
It's coming out of my shoes.
No, more cleaner. A cleaner meal, something that I can enjoy. Like tonight, I'm making chicken piccata. I love a good chicken, you know, a good Italian dish with some angel hair pasta, nice piccata sauce, a little lemon. I love doing that kind of stuff.
That's what we had at my wedding.
Love it, man. I love it.
Chicken piccata was great.
Yeah, capers.
You know, I had a question. Now I just got sidetracked. But no, you were talking about your World Foods, how you took a brisket and did 4 different things out of it. Just with Sean's classes, that's why he brought me on to do. You know, you guys cooking a brisket at a competition. It's, you know, okay, I'm cooking a brisket for a competition. What do you do with all the extra food? You know, when you're cooking a brisket at home. So
yeah,
we're talking about all the different brisket things, like the class that we got coming up next week. We're doing brisket elotes.
Yeah, nice.
And then I always try to do one dish and then a dessert. So we're doing griddled Twinkie strawberry shortcake.
Which I'm going to
put some Pirate's Pleasure on there. Exactly.
All right. Well,
I got rid of just so everybody knows, I do have a spot now that the evil pandemic is over. I do have a spot in the store with rubs open, so that if you want to come in and like taste some of the Pirate.
Get it. Put it on there. Right? How good is that? Right.
He dropped it on his feet.
I did. I got some on his
foot.
I got some on my feet.
That's when the cameras go off.
Ryan, you're pushing. You're this close. I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to go live, and I'm going to put it right on my feet.
Wait for the $5. Somebody out there has $5.
Steve don't need the $5.
I don't have
It's not about need.
It's not about it's about the likes and the shares. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people I could be the new Hawk 2 girl, and it could be the foot rub guy. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you want to be the Hawk 2 girl, but yeah, you could be the Pirate's Pleasure toe guy.
The Pirate's Pleasure.
The only problem is, how do you do interviews with your toe? You know what I mean? I mean, it's like people are just going to laugh at the toe.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
T-shirts, branding. You're going to be at clubs with your feet and hanging out with Shaq.
Eric said my favorite thing. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Payday right before class day.
Yes, man. So if anybody has got an extra $5 if you're coming to the class next Saturday, you got an extra $5. You can get.
You're gonna get a show.
Steve.
I'll put it right on my foot.
Bring a sock. Bring a sock.
I'll bring a sock. I'll even reach out to Smitty and say, hey, we're going live here. You patch in, and we're gonna boom right there. Pirate Pleasure promotion.
PayPal. Let's get some donations.
Pirate Pleasure even makes your feet taste good. You know what I mean?
That should be on there.
I mean, did you taste your feet before that first? Or
how do we get into this? How do we get into my seasoning being on feet?
Anyway.
I love these podcasts.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Smitty, it's been great having you on, brother. Appreciate
always
it.
Love talking to you guys. It's always fun, a blast, and let me know about the grill battle.
I will for sure.
We'll figure something out.
So yeah, we're planning 2, maybe 3 next year. So we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, it goes.
So what was that again, Ryan? Was it Loot and Booty /shop something.com
Pirate
dash
feet.
dash pleasure feet.
glutenbootybarbecue.com/r-shop/. And then use Lucky 13 for 13% off your order.
So
Absolutely.
if you want to try this,
seasonings.
if you want to try this and save 13%, you're not going to save 13% at Wanamaker's. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So if you want this and save 13%, get on there right now and buy it because.
Or go to Steve, get some from him. I got all my seasonings. I got 3 sauces out there, which are awesome. I got shirts, I got books, stickers, all kinds of stuff. Check it out.
And Michelle did send me a message. She did elote wings and a fish tostada. So let me.
Nice. Elote seems you did a brisket. You're doing a brisket elote.
Brisket.
Oh, there it is.
So there's the
picture of the
wing.
box.
Nice. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh,
A fish tostada.
interesting.
All
All right, we'll see how that goes.
Good luck.
So
I hope our inspirational thoughts and good vibes and feet talk are enough to get you through this competition and help you win, Michelle.
yeah,
Cheers.
one step at a time.
One baby steps.
Just put a toe in the water and you'll be
That's
fine.
all you beat me to it. I was gonna say we're just dipping our toes in the water here.
Great minds think alike for horror people.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's been fun, guys. I appreciate your time.
All right.
All right. Oh, and just so everybody knows, I know Smitty was talking. I don't have the books and I don't have the shirts, but I do have. I hate to tell you, but I think the only rub I don't have is the El Jefe Grande. Why? I have no idea, but I think that's the only one I don't have.
You can't have it.
And I think I'm missing one sauce. But other than that, we got all the really good rubs, and then we got, not that the other ones are bad, but we got a bunch of the good ones. We got 2 of his sauces. So we do have a full line of Gluten Booty products. So if you're looking to try some of those, and those are also, a lot of the other ones are open as well. If you want to put Jolly Roger on your foot and that's your thing, go ahead.
That one looks well on feet.
I don't care. If you want to go to the store and you're going to buy a bunch of stuff, you can take your shoe off and sprinkle it right there on the floor. I don't care.
Right there on the floor. He doesn't even care. You heard
whatever
it from
makes
Steve.
Whatever
Go
makes
there.
a sale.
The first person to take a picture of sprinkling any of my seasonings on your feet in Steve's store, I'm going to send you something. I don't know what.
A free T-shirt.
T-shirt. I'll send you a rub, a sauce. If you send me that message, you're getting something. Guaranteed. It won't be a sock or a shoe or anything feet related. It'll be something. You're gonna enjoy it.
Next Saturday's class could be entertaining, right?
The challenge is out there. First foot seasoning interaction is winning. Thanks, Ryan, for this. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Post it and win it. I think it started with the comment about you taking a picture of your feet.
Yes, it did. And then we went to seasoning the feet, and now we're somebody's about to be in your store sprinkling seasoning on their toes to win the shirt.
There's gonna be a line of people at the door tomorrow.
I'm first.
You know what?
I got a broom.
If that's what it takes, that's fine. I'll broom it up. At this time of year, I mean, for a line of people, if they come in the store and do that, that would be a great.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Not a lot of people in there. I'll let
Eric
you know.
is going to be there on Saturday. He's already registered to be there.
I have a feeling, Eric. What's your size? Do it.
You'll even autograph it.
I'll do whatever, man. I just want to see.
Video autograph.
Somebody put
autograph
my
it, wrap it in his foot, take a picture of it, and send it to you.
It's got to be on Facebook. It's got to be on social media. I mean, I want to.
Yeah, put it on social media.
We got to have everybody see it. I want to be sponsored by Dr. Scholl's here soon.
I can see it
for $5.
I see a big Dr. Scholl sign above
the next podcast, and we're like, what's with this Dr. Scholl sign behind you and the Good Feet store? I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. The hard $5. That's a tough $5. The hardest $5 I ever earned.
Smitty's got a big foot on the top of his trailer going down the road.
Eric said it's a 13 or a 3X.
I got him. I got 3X in stock. Got you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I just need to see the picture.
All right, Smitty. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Always a pleasure.
Foot.
Cheers.
Out.
What a great show. Yeah, you know, this wait till this. There's a lot of good snippets on this one, Smitty. Just wait for replays. There's going to be a lot of TikTok videos with feet. pirate pleasure. So, oh my gosh.
Another good show. We definitely ran over a little bit. Not as long as last week's show, but
Yeah,
guys. Loot and Booty, great stuff. Smitty, such a great guy. Go buy some stuff. Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, go buy some stuff.
We can-
Get
we
into
can
the
see
store,
it
buy
down
it. Like
here.
I said, I do have all the rubs except the El Jefe Grande, but these two are a lot of them. Like I said, I do have a bunch of them open. And just so people know, if you're watching the show and you've shopped at Wanamaker's and you've seen the tasting area, you don't have to buy the open one. I know.
There's no feet fungus in that one.
Well, I had one of my favorites of Sterling's, and we were talking about it at the A show, was his Gold Star chicken, because it almost tastes like it has like chicken broth type of stuff in it, and it's really good. And that was one of the ones I was tasting every day, because obviously when it's slower, I got nothing to do, so I start tasting my favorite rubs, and lo and behold, the other day I went to go and it was gone, and I'm assuming somebody took it and bought it. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, they probably got home. They're like, "What the hell?"
The stores sell rubs that are open.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, well. All right, guys. Next Thursday, all about the griddle battle.
Yeah, this is going to be a good show. Ryan and I are talking about it, griddle battle, and we're going to share it out to everybody. Anybody who participated in this year's griddle battles, whichever ones you did, we want to know. We want to know feedback, how to improve, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you think we could do to make things better, or I should say, Ryan could do, because I'm a behind.
Who's taking over now? All these shows have given me a hard time.
Now I'm going to step in. But anyway, so we thought it would be kind of a fun show to get live feedback and to see if we can get other people excited to go.
We'll discuss this one. Griddles and Vittles have brought it up a couple of times. Just let us describe what the dish is. So I don't know if that's going to be like a little card or something printed out of what the dish is supposed to be, but bring those questions next week. We're not going to discuss it right now. So
as a judge, I second Griddles and Vittles.
To have a description of it.
It would have been nice to. I mean, obviously the copycat one. You knew.
Yeah. All right, we're going to stop. Nice. We got to save this for next week.
Okay. Now, save it for next week. Tune in next week to hear Steve finish his comment. As Ryan just rudely told him to stop talking.
This is what you're doing. This is what I need you to do. Name that movie next week as well.
Anyway. So yes, as Ryan was just saying, please, if you can, shop local, shop small, support your small local barbecue place, if you can, because we appreciate it a lot more than the Walmarts do. Well, I'm sure Walmart likes money too, but we like it a little more because we don't have 1,000 stores. But anyway, and then also with that, as always, please be kind and courteous to everybody. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody thinks things different. And just enjoy life. And I know this is going to be controversial because I'm going to say this because I do watch a lot of social media and I just see it out in the whole world. I just want to let everybody know, not everything is a conspiracy. Just so everybody knows. Some things are just life. So with that, think about it, move on, and let's just enjoy life, barbecue, food, each other, me and Ryan on Thursday nights. And hey, see you next week.
Don't forget to vote.
And don't forget to vote. I don't care who you vote for. Voting is our greatest right that we have, is that we have the right to vote. So I would love to see, obviously, if I'm watching elections, I am a political junkie, just so everybody knows. And that obviously a suppressed one at this point, because you can't do it nowadays publicly. I would love to see voter participation of 70 to 80%. It should be 100%. Seeing only 30 or 40% and everybody getting excited about 45% is disappointing.
Just make sure you're alive.
Huh?
Just make sure you're alive to vote.
I don't care. Even if you're dead, if you want to vote, do it. I mean,
it's been done. So anyways, guys, we'll see you next week.
Always